What's going on, guys? Forrest here, CichlidMan09. It is the time you all have been waiting for in terms of it's time to do Q&A number 10. And we're going to do this a little different. If you notice, I'm not sitting. What we're going to do is I got the camera set up right there. I got to do some water change / gravelback action on the 225. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get a bunch of questions answered to my CichlidMan09@gmail.com account. Those of you out there who've got any questions for me or have sent questions to me, that's either where you sent it or where you will send it if you've got a question. Sorry, I've been kind of backlogged in terms of this and that and this and that and excuses to not get this video up, but it's time to do it. And it's only so easy to sit down for 40 minutes and just do a video. I was like, you know what? I got some work to do in the fish room. Might as well just put the camera up, let you guys chillax while I answer some questions. Also doing some work on my tank, doing some tank maintenance with the monster here, Hunter. We're matching with Yellow, right? He's playing with what do we got? Air stones. Show YouTube your air stones. Say hi, YouTube. So yeah, let's get Q&A number 10 going. Welcome to the video. Welcome to Q&A 10. Thank you everybody out there who have continued to do what you do, watching the videos, liking on the videos, commenting when you've got something to say, and if you're really awesome, clicking that subscribe button. Appreciate every single one of you. Let's get to question number 1 from Fish Tank Frenzy. Hey, I was wondering why you don't have any Plecos in your tanks, and I'm curious to hear your opinion about the relationship between Plecos and cichlids, whether they're good or bad. Thanks, love your videos. I'm looking forward to your response. Thanks. Thank you for the question. Now I got to do some work over here, and I'm going to try and multitask. Might be off camera, might be on camera. You guys probably should hear me because I talk loud. Alright, so why don't I have Plecos? Just really, if you guys haven't noticed, I've got a pretty specific thing that I do with my fish in terms of the fish that I keep. And I'm a cichlid guy. I prefer cichlid-only tanks. Plecos are gorgeous. They're beautiful. I'd love to keep some eventually, getting to some of the rarer stuff. But why don't I have any? It's just one of those things. I just haven't done the research. Central and South American cichlids are fish that I've done, I'm not going to say a ton of research because I'll never claim to know as much as, I feel like people think I know, because I really don't know as much as you guys may think I actually know. But this is really the only genre of fish that I've ever really gotten super interested into, to the point where I researched it. And I like to research stuff before I actually get into it. And Plecos and African cichlids and stuff is stuff that I really have not researched a whole lot. So that's why I don't keep them. The relationship between Plecos and cichlids can be good. Can be a little dangerous from what I've heard. I've heard of quite a few experiences where big fish, somewhere else, hold on. Big fish end up biting a Pleco, and they've got those we got sharp fins and can cause wounds, and that kind of stuff has claimed the lives of many fish. So eventually, something I'll get into, flinging water everywhere. But yeah, Plecos just really aren't my thing. It's basically what it boils down to. Got a question. Not even gonna try and pronounce your name. I'm sure my sump doesn't overflow. Hey, Forrest, you ever consider keeping African cichlids? In my opinion, they have great personality, beautiful colors. Keep on your videos, you're awesome. It's very dangerous for me to be doing this on my phone. African cichlids, yes, absolutely, is something I've wanted to do, will be doing someday, but it's just another one of those situations where, if I really haven't done a whole lot of research on it, a whole lot of reading, I basically stick to what I know, and I know that can be a little limiting, but in the end, I'd rather do something that I know well, which I think I do a pretty decent job, than half-ass stuff. That's just the forward way of saying it. I don't want to. When I delve into African cichlids, I don't want to half-ass it. I want to, you know, go in full bore and do all the research that I can so that I actually know what I'm talking about. Because I don't want to ever get fish and put it on videos and people ask me questions and not have an answer, right? That's what this is all about. But Africans are gorgeous. They're beautiful fish. Something that I'm definitely going to keep eventually. Great personalities and a huge following on YouTube. A lot of YouTubers out there keeping African cichlids, doing a good job with it as well. Thank you for the question. Next question. From a faraway land, England. I wonder if England stands for faraway land in a lost language. Let's get to the question from Chris. Hey Forrest, just ask you what food you recommend to a baby Oscar cichlid to make him grow faster. 2, have you ever had an Oscar or will you ever get an Oscar? Hopefully this makes a Q&A. Thanks. Yes, it made the video. For a growing fish, you want an Oscar to grow and grow quickly. I'm not going to recommend a food so much as I'm going to recommend water changes. Most of the food out there in the market, on the market, that you're using probably already is going to be good to get your fish to grow, honestly. Feeding more and feeding a different food doesn't necessarily mean it's going to make your fish grow faster. Having better water quality and good water parameters is never, ever, ever going to hurt your causes. And I've found that fish grow faster when you up water changes and not up food. When you up food, they just get kind of chunky, their bellies get fat. But when you up water changes, that's when growth really can like unleash. But for a baby Oscar, I'm thinking you're probably talking between 1.5 to the siphon's not started yet, dude. We'll get that going in a second. About 3 inches or so, baby, I guess. Southern Delight small cichlid formula has been a really good food for me in terms of growing fish. It's got a high fat pellet in there, high protein, high fat, which can definitely up growth. But no matter what, water quality is paramount. So you know, my first advice is up your water changes. Whatever you're changing, double it. That'll definitely get your fish growing faster. And Oscars being one of the most abused fish in the hobby, Oscars deserve clean water, guys. There are so many Oscars out there that have lived or are currently living in absolutely crappy conditions, small tanks with no water changes, because every pet store and their brother sells Oscars and everybody buys them. That's why everybody knows what an Oscar is. There's a reason people don't know what Hogas are or Umbies are, because people don't keep them. Everybody knows what an Oscar is. So step number 1, change more water. Step number 2, you're probably feeding a pretty good food. I mean, most of the brands out there is some solid stuff. There are so many fish that have been raised on so many different brands of food that saying, you know, this brand is superior to this brand, after a while it's like, you know what, food is food. If your fish like it, just roll with it. You know, don't feed them garbage, of course, but who's to say what's garbage and what's not? We're not fish scientists. I'm not a fish scientist. I believe the technical term is ichthyologist. Gotta start my siphon before I dump water all over the floor. Always usually get a couple drops. Thank you for the question. That's my finding a question terms. Alright, we got the siphon started. Let's go. Start vacuuming. Let's go. This is from Ryan. What's up, Ryan? How are you doing? Welcome to the Fish Room on Q&A number 10. Hey, Forrest is wondering, do you have any plans breeding Spike? Yes, I do. He's got a female over there in the 150 growing up with the gorillas. She's doing actually really good. And in the next few months or so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a divider in with Spike in the 75, split him up. Somehow he found a puddle of water in the hose. It is what it is. This is live. This is live footage. We're rolling with this. I've tried to film this video a couple times, and we're just going to roll with it. So yeah, I got a female. I'm going to put the divider in there in the 75, and they'll be divided for a while. You know, I may wait until they try and spawn through the divider, whatnot, before I even think about pulling it. Because spectabilis are actually, I wouldn't say rare, because they're available in the hobby, but they're not common. Rare fish to me would be fish that you can't get. Spectabilis aren't rare. If you want them, you can get them. There's just not a whole lot of people out there are keeping them. A lot of people actually get bored of them. I've gotten really lucky and gotten a really good. Spike's turned out to be a beautiful fish, an awesome fish. So yeah, I got plans on breeding him as soon as she gets a little bit bigger. She's still got to grow a little bit so she can catch up to size a little bit. But in there with the gorillas, she's packed on quite a bit of size pretty quick, which has been nice. And she's doing really good, really good. So thank you for the question, Ryan. Thank you, thank you. All right. This is from another name I cannot pronounce and will not attempt to pronounce because I don't like doing that. If you wrote this, you know who you are. Hi, Forrest. Just curious about Azul and Blondie. Just want to know what sort of fish they are. They're Cactaea umbriferum. Some people call them umbies. Some people call them blue freckled monsters. They're the same, I don't know, variant as you would umbrella under the Rio Mag title. It's very much an umbrella term to where, you know, a bunch. The Rio Mag is where a lot of umbies are from. What are you doing over there? I swear this kid's not like this all the time. He just, when I'm talking, it's like, well, Dad's talking, I won't talk. So hopefully you guys are getting something from him. Yeah, umbies, Cactaea umbriferus. Go to Google, type in umbie. You'll get some results. You're in YouTube right now. Don't exit out of this video, but when you're done, type in umbie. South American fish, a little bit of Central America. Can get up to like 2 feet long, upwards of 30 inches in the wild. Not a whole lot of them reaching that big in aquariums. Not a lot of people with, one, most people don't keep fish long enough to grow that large and get that old. And two, a lot of people just don't have the tank accommodations. This 225 is probably a little bit on the small side in terms of what they need long term. It'll work, but you know, ideally something bigger would be better, honestly. Honestly, that's my honest opinion. Thank you for the question. Next question. Hunter's going to do the Gravelvax while I answer questions. Get to work. Okay. Just let me know if you guys are getting annoyed with that. Next question is from Jason. What's going on, Jason? Hey, Forrest, do you ever have any problems with brown algae in any of your tanks? If you do, what do you use to control it? Thanks, Jason. Are you thanking yourself or are you thanking me? I've always hated that part of writing letters. When you're like, thanks, you know? For me, I'd be like, thanks, Forrest. Then when I'm like, are they going to read this and think I'm thanking myself? Hopefully not, because that's not what the intention was. Brown algae in any way in tanks, I let it grow. I let algae grow. In terms of like problem algae, I've never had a tank just like bloom with algae. Been really lucky with that. Not lucky, but you know, as long as you don't keep your lights on too long, keep your water changes steady, and don't overfeed. You know, let the phosphates and all that crap balloon out of control. Things pretty much take care of themselves, Hunter. There's a million things in here you can touch. Tripod, we're doing video. You want to talk to YouTube? Want to say something? Let's say something. Say hi. Say hi. That's his version of hello. Yeah, algae. You guys seen? I've gotten a bunch of questions. Why do you let the algae grow in the back of your tanks? It's just, it is what it is. There's no harm to the algae I let grow in my tanks. A little bit, you know, microorganisms for fry, right? No, I don't have algae issues. And if I were to have algae issues, I don't think I'd use chemicals. I'd just kick my lights back and up my water changes. Thank you for the question, Jason. Next question from Robert. What's up, Forrest? Robert here. Just want to say I love your videos. You're a funny dude, and I love your fishes. They are beautiful specimens. Thank you, Robert. Really appreciate it. Oh, and your son's cute. That's debatable. Really? He's pretty cute. Okay. Anyways, I was wondering, how long will this hobby be a part of your life, and in the long run, will you ever consider keeping peacock bass? There's a reason we pushed this chair out of here, because I don't want it in here. So, this hobby, how long will be a part of my life? So far, we're at like 4 years now, and there's no signs of stopping. I still love it. You know, honestly, if I can be, you know, lucky enough to be fortunate to be able to have fish tanks in my house or wherever, I'm going to have them for as long as I possibly can. as long as I possibly can, because not only are they fun for me, you know, they really are fun for the family. Hunter comes in here. He loves coming in, playing with the fish. His mom has warmed up to them over the years, and to the point where now she comes in the fish room, yes. Have I ever considered, or will I ever consider keeping peacock bass? Heck yes. Only though, only, he's come in to sleep in the room. If I've got the proper accommodations, these fish get big. They're open water predators, beasts, just, you know, like I said with the umbies, keeping umbies in this side of the tank, you know, they'll be fine, and, you know, they'll grow and have a lot of potential. It's 30 inches wide, so they got plenty of room to grow. But peacock bass get big, and yeah, I'd like a big monster tank. We'll get there someday. Of course, you guys will be along for the ride. But a big monster tank with the peacock bass would be ideal. But yes, eventually, peacock bass, something I definitely want to. I want to have like a big, something like 1,000 gallon with just, I don't know, 10 of them in there, just patrolling the water like badasses. Badass. Do. Please. Goodbye, Brew. As long as you don't whack the tripod, you can do whatever you want, buddy. Not really. Not whatever he wants. Most everything. Alrighty. What? You trying to start trouble? He's crazy. He's crazy. He's my son now, so I'd say it's genetic, but I'd be telling the truth. Alright, lost track of where I was at. Uh-oh. We're with Robert. This is from my buddy Kurt Wurzenbacher. What's up, Kurt? Hey, buddy. Love the videos as always. Got 2 questions for you. Do you have the floor in your house supported it? If so, could you show us? We'll eventually get there. Yes, it's supported. Not the best job. I did it a while back. Eventually, we'll redo the whole thing. And when I go to redo it, it'll be because I'll be adding more tanks. So when we go to do that, might have some more stuff going on. When I redo it, I'll take you guys down there. But really, I hate going underneath the house. Every time you come back up, you sneeze and it's like brown, nasty. Blah, 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 blah. Also, what is that strainer near your window for? I don't know what you're talking about. I think we're talking about this strainer. This is a strainer that I stole from my kitchen. And I was using it when I was feeding, here you go. When I was feeding the mysis shrimp, the PE mysis, use it to strain, run the water over it, gets all the ice off of there, and now it's a hat for Hunter. Not only is it a book, it's a hat. What did I have for breakfast today? This morning I ate some pterodactyl and Tyrannosaurus Rex flanks. Delicious. Can't wait to hear from you. Cheers. Thanks, Kurt. Sorry it took me so long. You asked this like 9 days ago. My apologies, bro. But we're answering it now. Next question. Alrighty. From Greg, German. What's up, Greg? Hey, Forrest, what's up? Today I have 2 questions. The first one is, what do you think is, what fish do you think has the most personality? And there's a good answer to that. Perfect answer to that. The second one is, I'm getting a 55. What cichlid is the most colorful and great in groups? We'll start with the 55 question. No idea. For me, I'd just go from what I would do if I had a 55. Put a nice pair of Salmoni in there, or even a pair of Pleuryctes, whatever, Passionis mikai, some Maculopinus maybe, some Alpinus, I don't know, some Thrictes aureus, something small, nice pair, maybe a trio. But in terms of cichlids in groups, those terms are kind of like oil and water. Cichlids groups, depends on what kind of groups you're talking about. Cichlids, especially the ones that I keep, unless you're talking Africans, those usually kept in groups, which I have no experience on. Yeah, find a small something about it. What are we doing? Look at this guy. We got our golf club and our giant softball to come play while Dad's doing a video. Genius. We're gonna go out here. Go play out here, buddy. And we're back. All right. And what fish do you think has the most personality? None. None fish. The answer is none fish. There is not one fish out there you can point to and be like, you know what? The most personality. If you're looking for like a group of fish that is notorious for being a personable fish, Amphilophus. Same genus as Hulk, Trimax, Midas, Red Devils. Honestly, if I were to say the one fish that has the most personality, and personality is such a, you know, specific term. What do you mean personality? Because for the most part, when the fish come up and interact with us, they're just hungry. That's all it really is. It's just they're hungry and they know they, you know, interact with us. So personality, you know, depends on what you mean personality. But you know, if I were to say pinpoint one fish, say, you know what? Gun to my head, one fish has the most personality. It's honestly probably going to be an Oscar. Probably going to be an Oscar. I've said it before. Oscars like instill that love for, you know, what big cichlids possess, and that's intelligence, interaction, and showing you that they're there and that they know you're there. But like I said, Amphilophus is a great genus if you're looking just for a fish, a pet. If you're looking for a fish that's going to be a pet, you know, that you can interact with, Amphilophus usually right out of the gate, boom, are up in your face. Hungry for food, personable fish, but really, it's all about finding that particular fish. If you search long enough and you look hard enough, there's going to be that fish that is like, you know what, this is it. And it's never going to be the one you expect. We'll just say that. Because they're all different, they're all so unique, and that's why they're all so amazing. Thank you for the question, Greg. Hunter's going to play some music for you guys. He brought another toy. I'm not even going to take it away because he's just going to come back with something else. From Dan, my buddy Dan Turbo. What's up going on, Dan? How you doing? Uh-oh. Lost my place. Alright. Hey, man. Yo. When are you dedicating a whole video to the fatty and his buddy? I believe he's talking about Hulk and his little guy buddy. One of these days. Eventually. I believe I did dedicate a whole video to them a while back called Monster Fish plus Baby Fish equals question mark. I think that was more or less geared towards them. 2. Will you get rid of the sump and only use sponge filters? Yes, eventually. Yes. I just need to upgrade my my air pump. I need to redo my whole air system. My advice to you guys is when you do something, don't like rush to it and do it half-ass, and just go for it. What size tank? How you stack them for new and improved fish room? I'm thinking somewhere in the 4-foot, 75-gallon range. Probably one of my favorite tank sizes. And I think I'll probably add, I don't know, 4 or 5 more in here. I'd like to add, you know, 3 or 4 more 100 gallons, which is why I need to reinforce my floor, because my first job does a great job now, but adding more and more and more, just got to redo it. And yeah, gonna add some more stuff. Thinking about double stacking, maybe adding some tanks underneath this. Who knows? And keep up the good work, and please never stop kidding around. Never, ever, ever will I stop having fun. That's what it's really all about, guys. That's what it is all about. That's what my channel is all about. It's just having fun and chilling. And, you know, the realization that not everything always has to be so gosh darn serious. Have a good time. Have a good time. Enjoy life. You only get one of these. Enjoy it. Next question. I've already answered that. From my David, though. From my buddy David, though. Shout out to David. From another Jason. I don't believe this is the same Jason. I have a Blue Ball 306 on a 55-gallon tank with a few plants in it. Plan to add some more. Currently, I have the default setup that came with it, out of the box trays. Bro, a lot of people replacing carbon pads with Seachem product Purigen. Can you give me any suggestions how we set up the filter? This tank is a community tank with various species in it. Carbon is a waste. Don't worry about carbon. Don't, unless you're trying to remove medication from your water column. Carbon is something that you would put in your filter that would waste the space. Do whatever you want. For me, I would just add a bunch more biologic. Take whatever area is consumed by that carbon and fill it with biological filtration media, be that ceramic, whatever, hot scrubbies, anything that has a surface area that can absorb some nutrients. Okay. Thanks for playing our song. We're going to go put this one away and see what he brings out next. Go get another toy. Go get another toy. Yeah, just take that tray out, take the carbon out, unless you're trying to remove medication, which is basically all carbon's good for. A lot of people tell you this and this and this contributes to disease. I don't believe that's true, but, you know, whatever. Let's see. Tank is not drained very far. Okay. Thanks in advance and keep bringing the awesome videos. Thank you very much. Question from Reed. What's going on, Reed? Forgot to mention in my last email about a good American cichlid for a 125. I want to get a group of juveniles and raise and try and get a pair out of whichever kind of fish I end up choosing. 125 opens up your possibilities. A pair of Hoga boomerums, easy. You can do a pair of basically any Amphilophus. Maybe not Chancho because they get a little big. Basically any Parachromis except for Dovi. They get big. Be a great grow-out tank for some umbies if you're going to get a bigger tank. But in a 125, honestly, you can get 2 or 3 years out of an umbie. Probably. Once I get about, I don't know, 15, 16 inches, you probably need to upgrade to a wider tank, something with a little bit more of a footprint. But for me, like I try and suggest all of these questions, like tank size, fish. For me, if I got a 125 tomorrow and was given the option to put fish in it, I'd probably go with, go and try and raise another group of Bini, or maybe some Parachromis motaguensis, or some Exiclosoma islam. Probably, one of those three, probably. Alright, thanks for the question, Reed. Got a question from Milky McKay. Have you ever thought about doing a live YouTube video where people can ask questions? You answer them right away? That's probably a good idea, because I don't answer them right away all the time, and that's lame, isn't it? Sometimes. You know, we want Sanders quick and we want them now. I think that means answers. I think Sanders means answers. Yeah, that'd be cool eventually, someday. But I feel with the audience that I've got now, which is massive, not really. If I did something live, honestly, I'd probably get like 4 people on it, and get like 3 questions from those 4 people. Throw it! Do it again. Throw it! Good job, buddy. One more time. We're just right, whatever, you know. Throw it! Whoa! I missed that one. Let me see. Love my kid. Let's see where the camera's at in terms of how much time we got left. 28 minutes, and we are still going. We're just going to go until the camera dies, honestly. That's what we're going to do. Once it dies, video will be over. Said, till the camera dies. Didn't die, we just ran out of like time of filming time. Still got time left, but we're going to keep going. Question from Dustin. Question from Dustin. What's going on? Notice you don't wear a wedding ring, this is how you talk, so you must not be married, but I was wondering if your girlfriend slash fiancé is home when you make your videos. Yes, sometimes. Right now she's not, that's why the door's wide open. If she does she ever listen or spy on you? No, but I talk loud, so she doesn't really have a choice. She can just basically hear me through the walls. There's it. And does she watch your videos and think you're as crazy as we do? Doesn't have to watch my videos. You guys may see this as like, ooh, Forrest is putting on an act. This is how he is in his videos. Sadly, guys, if you met me in real life, you'd be like, that dude's a dork all the time, because this is me. Welcome to my world. Population, you guys. Yeah, she doesn't have to watch my videos to know that, yeah, it's basically one of those baseball. Thanks. And keep on keeping on. Yeah. Thanks for the question, Basti. Question from Ryan. Hey, Forrest, if you were to choose from Hulk or Azul, who would you pick? Honestly, I'd probably pick Peyton Manning. Much better in the pocket. Doesn't have the mobility, but puts it on the money. One answer, Hulk. One answer. No regrets, no questioning, Hulk. Although if I could pick two, I would prefer to pick both. So 3 answers to one question that had one answer to a question with one word. Lost my place. Next question is from Oscar A. What is going on? What does that A stand for? What's that A for? What's that doing there? What's it doing? It's just looking at me. Hello there, Forrest. Love the video. Very polite. Love the videos and cichlids. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Oscar. Question. How do you tell the difference between a Gorilla's black and blue Umbie? Great question. I can't tell the difference. Maybe you can help a noob out. Thanks from your friend in California. Thank you for the question up here in the Pacific Northwest up in Washington. How do I tell the difference between Gorilla's black and Gorilla's blue Umbies? I choose not to. I choose to buy from people who know the difference. By buying from a guy who actually did a really good job bringing these fish into the hobby. Not like I'm surprised about it, but Umbie King did a fantastic job bringing this fish into the hobby, breeding them, and then properly distributing them to people who will also properly distribute them. Because no matter what, no matter where it starts, it's still got to go through 20 different people, you know. My Gorilla's blacks went to a guy, he bred them, and then they're to me. So I've got to trust what he says is those are Gorilla's blacks. Because honestly, there are some little differences. With females, you can tell a little bit more on the difference. The Gorilla's black females tend to light up a little bit more, and the Gorilla's blue females tend to be a little bit more calm coloration. A little more drab, but you know, honestly, if you were to put a whole bunch of them in a tank and say pick them out, there's probably only a couple people out there that'd be like boom, 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 boom. You guys know who you are. If you're even watching this, probably got better things to do. Probably picking out Umbies out of a tank, right? Yeah. How do you tell the difference? There's not a whole lot of differences. My best advice is to buy it straight from the guy. Buy it from Umbie King. The dude's gonna tell you what's what, and you're gonna get what you get. What you got? Oh, somebody's got pretzel. Thank you. How did you get this? Where did you get this from? Go back. Next question. From Jay Cruz. Can you show how to vent the cichlid? Simple answer. No. Not something I'm experienced with. Not something that I honestly care to get experienced with. I prefer to wait. Or send pictures to people who actually know how to. I'd rather pull it out, send a pic to somebody that knows how to vent cichlids better than I do and have done it a lot. Eventually I'll learn, but for right now, not something I'm interested in. From Chris, next question.